Hello, it's a great pleasure to meet again with students representing leading universities from the UNITE. Today, I would like to discuss three critical, in my opinion, critical research concepts that have a major impact on how modern cities are developing and, as a result, how urban transport systems are being transformed. When I met with your colleagues in May, we talked about the digitalization of urban transport within the framework of a smart city concept. At that time, I also began my presentation with this slide, which illustrates the three pillars on which we are currently building our city of the future. These three concepts are, of course, sustainable city, smart city, and resilient city. You are probably very familiar with these ideas. They have likely been discussed in various courses you are currently attending. Perhaps you know a bit less about resilient city, as it is the youngest child among the three, but it has recently received significant attention, for example, in the context of floods affecting major city in Spain, also in Poland, in Wroclaw, we had also this problem. Since this concept are already so well known to you, you may be wondering why I decided to focus on them again today. The reason is that for me, they serve as a starting point for reflection and discussion on how these three frameworks influence not only the development of contemporary transport systems, but also the actions and attitudes of both city residents and decision makers. Therefore, while I prepared for today's lectures, I began by asking myself three research questions. The first question is, what research trends are currently occurring with this sustainable city, smart city, and resilient city concept? To address the first question, I conducted a systematic literature review, identifying publications related to each of these three concepts. Based on this analysis, I distinguished the main research trends, which I would like to present to you today, of course, in a simplified form. One of the consistently recurring research trends was, of course, transport and its various dimensions. Therefore, using the identified sources, I sought to answer to second research questions, which is how do the three concepts influence the transformation of public transport? The results of the literature review, combined with interviews conducted with decision makers responsible for urban transport system, as well as periodic studies carried out together with my students in Wroclaw, this have allowed me to formulate an answer to the last question, which is what challenges will shape the future transformation of urban public transport? Okay, we are starting for first question. What research trends are currently occurring with this sustainable, smart, resilient city concept? Probably you know a lot of definitions connected with sustainable city. I prepare my own definition, and this is some combine of different definition which we can find in articles. When we discuss about sustainable city, we usually think about a complex and dynamic entity that integrates environmental, social, but also economic. Some people don't remember about this part of sustainable city, but also governance dimensions to create resilient, inclusive, and productive urban environment. I use another color to resilient because this part of sustainable we use also when we try to combine these three concepts. It aims to provide a high quality of life for its inhabitants while ensuring the preservation and efficient use of resources for future generations. And as you know, this future generation is the main goal for us. That is important for us, that our children could use the same sources, the same assets as we. Of course, the sustainable city is the oldest concept for these three pillars which we discussed today. And of course, the large number of publication is in research related related to sustainability. Since 2016, we have seen a steady increase in the number of papers related to this topic, but also in 2024 was a big increase of these publications, and I think in next few years we can observe the same trend. Okay, when we read articles, conference papers, and so on connected with sustainable city, we can identify some dimensions connected with this topic, but also some research trends. And I identify, as you see, 7 dimensions. And now I want to say you something in short way, some characteristics of these dimensions. When we speak about resource management, the main research trend we have here, of course, resource efficiency. Efficiency connected with use of water, of energy, and so on. We have a lot of publications connected with use of renewable energy, but we have also very interesting topic connected with reverse logistics and waste minimalization. Very important topic for us is also green infrastructure. We have papers connected with development of parks, urban gardens, green roofs and walls. We discuss about protection of green areas and biodiversity. We prepare some research connected with creation of green corridors for animals, for example. We have topic connected with compact city, and here the main topic, top topic connected with this area is, of course, 15-minute cities. We have also some researchers connected with social inclusiveness and participation, because it is important from the social point of view. And here we have papers connected with taking care of social and cultural diversity, for example, access to education, access to health and public space for all social groups in the city, and how to involve residents in decision-making process connected with the city. Important topic is also adaptation to climate change. This is also an important topic when we will be discussing about resilient city. This adaptation is connected with developing infrastructure that improve resistance to floods, to heat, for example. Here we have also research connected with water retention, but also climate neutrality strategies. Today, I think you agree with me, it is impossible to discuss about sustainable city, and it is impossible to don't connect sustainable city with technology, because technology help us to build, to organize sustainable city. That's why we have a lot of research connected with using technology to manage traffic, to manage energy distribution, to manage water distribution, developing research connected with developing systems for monitoring air quality, monitoring noise, pollutions. But also we have here very interesting papers connected with digital public service, for example. For us, the most important part of this pillar is, of course, mobility. And in mobility, we have here a lot of publication connected with public transport, because public transport is one of the most important topic when we discuss about sustainable city. And here we have researchers connected with promotion of public, promotion of low carbon and accessible transport. We have discussed about reduction of car traffic in the cities, especially in the city centers. We have a lot of documents connected with preparing, with building low and zero emission zones, how to develop of pedestrian zones, for example. We have very interesting researchers connected with development of cycling and scooter infrastructure, very important for us, especially in big city, but also in middle cities. And when we speak about cycling and scooter infrastructure, usually we finish with discussion about implementation of sharing economy models, and for example, car sharing, bike sharing, scooter sharing, and so on. We have such a topic in our lessons here in our meetings here. Okay. The second pillar is, of course, smart city, and I prepare also some definitions connected with this. When we speak about smart city, we think about city which is an integrated urban development model that applies data-driven and technology-enabled solutions such as Internet of Things, big data, machine learning, and we use it to improve the efficiency, sustainability, quality of urban service, forecasting active collaboration between public authorities, private stakeholders, and of course, citizens. Here, we have a very strong connection with concept of Industry 4.0, of course, and with the technological developments. And this development, this concept is generating tools to support decision makers and improve the quality of life for citizens. And for this concept, we have two peaks generating an increase in publication. The first is 2017, and a doubling of the number of publications relative to papers that appeared in 2016. And the second intensive increase is in publication is 2019, followed by some stabilization now. When we speak about smart cities, we have here 5 areas of research. One is smart environment, and we have here publications connected with smart waste management, for example, quality of smart solution for improve the quality of air, water, some smart green space management, for example, monitoring of city trees. We have all solutions connected with emission monitoring, but also, for example, smart energy grids. The second area is connected with smart living, and here we have, of course, all apps, all solutions connected with public safety, healthcare, smart education, and smart tourism, for example. We have smart citizens and government, and here the point of view is how to connect citizens and government. That's why we have researchers connected with development of service for residents. We have IT solution for sharing resources, for example, communication and exchange of data between government, stakeholders, and residents. We have also smart infrastructure, and here we have smart buildings, smart homes, smart infrastructure management, smart maintenance, for example. And the most important for us is, of course, smart mobility. And here we have the main topic, ITC, intelligent transportation systems, but now we discuss about Internet of Vehicles, we discuss about smart traffic management, vehicle tracking in the city, autonomous vehicles, AI, machine learning, algorithms to navigate, to reduce the risk of accidents, but also a lot of digital platforms to connect passengers with drivers, which should came us to a situation that we choose public transport, not our cars. And the last pillar is the youngest child, is a resilient city. This is the youngest concept in the city, which has been developed by research primarily since 2018. The intense interest in the city resilience can be seen primarily in the development of research in the last 3-4 years, I think. This trend was obviously influenced by the COVID pandemic, but also by the natural disaster, for example, floods in the city that have threatened many large cities in recent years. And when we discuss about resilient city, we discuss about a city which is an urban system capable of withstanding, adapting to and recovering from economic, social, and environmental shocks by combining sustainability, adaptability, and inclusivity with robust risk management and collaborative multidisciplinary governance. And here we don't have one area of research which is dedicated only for transport, but the public transport is part of a dimension connected with infrastructure resilience. In this area of infrastructure resilience, we have also topic connected with public transport, of course, but we have also a topic connected with blue and green infrastructure. We have topics connected with integration of infrastructure in the city, for example, urban space planning, and so on. Here we have also four another dimensions connected with environmental resilience. And here we have this resilience connected with natural resilience of cities to natural hazards, but also adaptation on infrastructure, for example. We have social resilience, and here we have research connected with, for example, vulnerability to epidemics and crises, elimination of social inequality, but also a lot of analysis connected with risk and vulnerability to shortage of urban resources. We have also economic resilience, and economic resilience is connected with human capital, for example, with economic disparities, diversification of the local economy, and so on. And last area of research in this pillar is government and risk management. And here we prepare research connected with, for example, preparation of crisis scenarios, or how to prepare good adaptation policies for the city. But we have also a lot of papers connected with risk monitoring, risk assessment tools, for example, risk management models, and so on. Okay, this is very short characteristic of these three pillars, but what is here important? The question is that we should discuss separately about sustainable city, smart city, and resilient city. I think no. Today, these three concepts are closely interconnected and forming a triad that should serve as the foundation for the future development of our city. That's why we should discuss about sustainable, smart, and resilient city. And these three concepts have a large influence, in my opinion, for public for public transport. That's why my second research question was how do the three concepts influence the transformation of public transport. And based on this literature review, I tried to identify the main research trend connected with every of this research area of these pillars, but only in this area connected with public transport. And when we discuss about sustainable public transport, we have here four main research trends. Of course, the first trend is reducing emissions and improving air quality in the cities, because it is a critical problem in modern cities, because we have too many cars in the city, yes? And for this reason, promoting public transport development is recognized as a leading strategy for improving urban air quality, an important indicator of urban environmental quality. Policies and strategies for developing public transport, making it more comfortable to travel by it, and encouraging residents to change their transport behavior are important direction for sustainable urban development. The second area is integration of public transport and micromobility of citizens. Active mobility of residents related to walking or using personal transport device as bicycles or scooters, in my opinion, is an important element of sustainable mobility. Therefore, it is necessary to develop infrastructure solutions and movement patterns for urban residents that promote active mobility in combination with public transport systems. Research indicates that integrating personal transport devices into public transport system can increase accessibility and lead to changes in the transport behavior of residents, who will be more inclined to move away from car use. The development of public transport must reflect current trends related to sustainable city. Therefore, an important research area is the need to decarbonize transport systems by, among other things, investing in low and zero emission solutions. Therefore, much research is concerned with the electrification of bus fleets, the development of green energy tram systems, hydrogen solution for public transport, and of course, life cycle cost models for this investment. Public transport is also a mobility system that enables all residents across different social groups to move freely within the urban area. Incorporating social equality into public transport planning help to reduce the risk of social exclusion, understand as the limitation of an individual's ability to perform everyday activities at a normal, acceptable levels. And this is research trends connected to sustainable public transport. With smart public transport, we have three areas of research based on this literature review, which I have prepared. The first is, of course, development and implementation of intelligent transport system. This is the main topic of, I don't know, probably 60% of papers connected with smart public transport. ETS encompasses a wide range of applications designed to support the management of safe and efficient transport solution, from traffic management system to autonomous vehicles. Research in this area focus on the application of various advanced technologies, such as Internet of Things, GPS systems, artificial intelligence, machine learning, but also, for example, digital twins. All aimed at the reducing congestions, minimizing delays, and improving the overall efficiency and performance of public transport system. In recent years, the most dynamic progress has been observed in studies exploring the use of big data and artificial intelligence for the enhancement and optimization of IT-based transport system. A closely related research stream focused on the development of integrated mobility service with the MAS framework, and last week we have the great presentation connected with this topic as the example of such a research. Research in this area primarily addressed the integration of different modes of transport into a single digital ecosystem, enabling users to purchase tickets, make reservation, and complete payment through one unified application. It also supports the optimization of door-to-door journeys and the personalization of travel options based on user preferences, real-time data collected from multiple interconnected systems. An increasingly important issue concerns to collaboration among transport system stakeholders, and in particular, the ability to communicate and exchange information through various digital platforms. Such cooperation is today essential to streamline coordination processes and accelerate the effective development of MAS solution. The growing requirements for the implementation of low and zero emission solution in public transport system are driving significant changes in fleet management and energy supply systems. Electric vehicles, in particular, necessitate substantial modification to existing power infrastructure. This, in turn, requires adjustment in road planning, maintenance operations, and investment strategies related to charging infrastructure. As a result, research in this field primarily focus on the optimization of vehicle charging processes, the integration of charging systems with renewable energy sources, and the development of smart grids to improve energy supply management. Another important research direction involves the management of overall energy consumption, ensuring that transport operations remain both sustainable and efficient. And the last pillar for us, connected with resilient public transport, here we have five research trends. Research in this area are typically focused on modeling the impact of extreme water conditions on selected public transport system, but also on the development of methods for assessing the resilience of transport networks to disasters such as floods or extreme temperatures or earthquake, for example. Another important research stream addresses the design of climate resilient and disaster resistant transport networks, capability of maintaining functionality under changing environmental conditions. Crisis management, in turn, primarily concerns planning for the continuity of transport system operation during pandemics, for example, but also blockouts and more recently, last year, cyber attacks, for example. Studies in this field often deal with the development of assessment methods for evaluating the resilience of public transport system to failures, cyber incidents, and pandemic in urban environments, as well as with concept of resource management under emergency conditions. During the COVID pandemic, many researchers examined how urban transport adapted to pandemic-related disruptions. Some publications also explored the use of public transport as a tool for evacuation or as a support mechanism for crisis logistics, city logistics, for example. Adaptability and flexibility are increasingly recognized as critical resilience metrics for public transport systems. Therefore, a significant area of research involves the development of temporary transport routes and stop location, as well as the design of new network planning approach, for example, through the introduction of mobile or modular stops. An essential aspect of building energy resilience is the establishment of energy storage facilities, which can serve as alternative energy sources during crisis, alongside the use of renewable and alternative energy sources. Research in this field also focus on the development of operational scenarios for public transport vehicles during energy supply disruption and blackouts. And based on this all research, results of research, but also based on interviews which we make with some institution, with city officers, with managers from transport companies. I try to find the answer for the question, what changes will shape the future transformation of urban public transport? But before I show you my results, I have some short quiz for you. Try to think and try to identify 3 biggest challenges currently facing urban transport. I give you 3 minutes for this, and please send your response to my email, Agnieszka Tubis at pwr.edu.pl. You have this address here on the slide. You have 3 minutes. What 3 biggest challenges currently facing urban transport? What is the biggest challenges? And then we compare my results with your ideas. Okay, I hope you sent me today your answers of this question, and we can go to my results now. I hope some of you sent me this solution of this. Oh, I have next. Great. Okay. I wait for your answer to the end of the of today. Yes. Based on my research, and in my opinion, the most important challenge is automation of urban transport system, and I think here especially about automation. In some cities, we can already observe the implementation of the first autonomous solutions. Examples include the metro system in Dubai, for example, and autonomous taxis operating in Beijing and Shanghai. These solutions represent not only a significant technological challenge for engineers, but also a social challenge for users. Many people still feel uncomfortable using autonomous taxis, and they feel uneasy about having no control over the vehicles. However, autonomous vehicles can operate almost 24 hours per day, 7 days per week, as they are not bound by driver working time regulations. This makes them an economic competitor to the traditional solutions. As a result, in some cities, taxi drivers have attempted to block or protest against their introduction. In the early phase, automation is expected to be adopted primarily in large metropolitan areas with strong technological and financial capabilities, as the deployment of pilot projects requires substantial investment and extensive research and innovation resources. Successful implementation future depends on well-developed digital infrastructure and stable transport networks, in my opinion, including integrated ITC, dense sensor networks, and high-quality roadways and rail tracks. Medium-sized cities with established smart city policies may also become early testing ground, in my opinion. The less complex road networks and lower traffic intensity can facilitate the integration of autonomous technologies with reducing operational risk. The second challenge is increasing dependency on technology. The concept of smart mobility focus on the use of digital and IT-based solutions to support transport system in their sustainable development and in building resilience. Yet, the more technologies we integrate, the more dependent we became on them. Can we still find a bus connection without using an app? Do we even know where to buy a ticket in the traditional way? Without internet access, we may be unable to validate a ticket or check the timetable. A serious threat also arises from the potential for cyber attacks targeting public transport systems. This feature amplifies fears related to autonomous vehicles, for example, which could, at least in theory, be taken over by hackers and cause a major transport disaster. Therefore, one of the key directions for future development is the protection of existing systems against both external and internal attacks, as well as ensuring continuity of operations under disrupted conditions. A critical development priority is therefore to secure existing systems against various forms of external and internal cyber threats, while ensuring operation continuity. Large cities are particularly exposed to cyber attacks, give the potentially great scale, visibility, and societal impact of successful branches. Moreover, their transport systems are more complex and require a higher level of integration, leading to greater reliance on large-scale technological support to maintain efficiency and service quality. Consequently, it is essential to advance research into the development of contingency scenarios for situations in which access to digital solutions became limited or disrupted. The next challenge is connected with recurring pandemics. We now know that pandemics are likely to occur more frequently than in the past. This reality poses a serious challenge for public transport systems, which must adopt to meet much higher standards of safety, but also of hygiene in everyday travel. In the context, the continued development of contactless operation will be essential, for instance, through proximity-based ticketing or mobile payment system. Equally important will be the introduction of dynamic passenger load management system, enabling transport operators to more efficiently control passenger numbers and maintain safe travel conditions. At the same time, we can expect the growing importance of the mobility as a service model, which enables flexible integration of different modes of transport within a single user-oriented platform. However, we should also be aware that declining public confidence in the crowd vehicles is likely to accelerate the expansion of micromobility solutions, such as bicycles and e-scooters, for example, particularly in small and medium-sized cities, as well as in urban areas developed in line with 15-minute city concept. In large metropolitan areas, however, pandemics will continue to pose the great challenge. In many of the cities, the main alternative to public transport still remains the private car, which raises future questions about sustainability, congestion, urban air quality, and so on and so on. And the last challenge, which is important in my opinion, is recurring natural disaster and climate change. Such disruption often lead to temporary interruption in transport service, significantly affecting the daily mobility of city residents. For this reason, green urban infrastructure is increasingly being developed along transport corridors to mitigate the risk posed by extreme water events. In large metropolitan areas, the scale of consequences is particularly severe. Therefore, there is a growing need for early warning systems and strategies focus on maintaining the functionality of transport networks under crisis conditions. And at the end, today, for a change, I would like to leave you with an important question. What other challenges and barriers do we need to take into account when preparing a development strategy for public transport? This is not a question with a single simple answer. It is a question that should be asked and revisited by policymakers, by city residents, and by us as professors and researchers shaping the next generation of transport professionals. So let's keep this in mind as we continue our research, as we develop new solutions, and as we work together to design the cities of tomorrow, cities that, as I say, are not only smart and sustainable, but above all, resilient. Thank you very much.